You know, it was this episode where it hit me. They're getting all these cliche episodes out of the way, and so this is Amphibia. This is episode 12B, Hop Popular. So the reason why I'm saying cliche episodes is, you got those episode trope, you got those cliche episodes where it's like, oh, they got to do an episode about this, or they got to do an episode about this, let's see. I mean, last one we had, we had the Civil War in Wartwood. Then we had one about learning to dance. We had one about the bigger episodes, and then we had restaurant. We had a restaurant one. We had a learning not to be a crook one. We had a sick. We had the sick one. We had family history. We had a lot of different ones. The dating episode, that one, camping. Rivalries in the family. All that stuff. So, but this was the episode where I'm like, oh wow, this is a trope that I wouldn't expect them to do this early, but maybe that means they just want to get out of the way so they can focus up more on the bigger stuff. And that's politics. You gotta love the politic episodes, right? So when it comes to these, there are a few that I find a little funny, like the Gravity Falls one they did, the Stanchurian candidate. I thought that one was funny. I mean, it's not one of the stronger episodes, but I mean, I still found it pretty entertaining at some points. And what I like about this episode is a few things. One is you at first think, okay, well, that's probably not a good idea for him to do it. But then you think about it, and you're like, oh, actually, he could make a good mayor. And that's Hop Hop running for mayor. And I like how it's not him, like, okay, so the episode it starts with Hop Hop being unemployed, and that's from being the Planter's Last Stand episode. So again, I like how we're being consistent. So, he's been trying to go for different jobs, but he can't seem to get anything, and I'm guessing that's because he's an old man, he's an old frog or something. And so, he seemingly, and he's pretty much a deadbeat. He really feels empty without his stand. He feels like it's pretty pointless to be doing anything, and the kids are obviously like, okay, you need to get out of the house and get a job. So one day, Hop Hop is out in the town and he sees that there's the election coming up, and so Mayor Toadstool seemingly is the only candidate. But then Hop Hop pretty much having enough of everything, just points out everything that hasn't happened, that it has been bad about the town. Like, our highway, our roadway, our snailways are crap. Our buildings are crumbled. And he's basically pointing out all the problems with the town, and of course, and he's like, someone's gotta we gotta fix it. If he was a good mayor, he would fix it, but he hasn't. And so, he's basically he's basically saying everything that the town wants to hear, and so eventually they all elect him as a candidate. And so Hop Hop all of a sudden is running for mayor. And at first, again, I thought, I don't know how this would go. I mean, I don't think Hop Hop, could Hop Hop actually pull this off? It's like, and again, this is coming from, just how many different episodes have tackled a situation like this in other shows. Like, like whether it's something as big as running for mayor or something as small as running for class president or some crap. So, this episode, and I love this. I love the joke that Anne makes. She's like, politics. In my world, they're stupid, they're boring, they're freaking, and then basically she's like, so how does it work here? And it's like, oh, well, we go through trials that could possibly kill you. And it's like, wait, what? This is one of the weirder elections, in my opinion. And what I find funny about this is, I kind of, at first, I thought, okay, why, yeah, like, how did Toadstool become mayor in this? And then I noticed, like, then they introduced these trials. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think a toad could possibly pull these off. The first three, there's, wait, how many trials are there? 1, 2, 3. There's 4 trials. Yeah, there's 4 trials. The first, and I found and based off the first one, I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense why I told it to me. And the fact is, so the first trial is they have to mount a beetle. I kid you not, that is literally the first trial. So Hop Pop and Mayor Toadstool are it's basically the equivalent of a bull, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. They have to get on a bull. They have to mount a bull, and so Toadstool tries to just brute strength, just go ahead in, and he obviously fails. But then Hop Pop outsmarts it by having it run into a stump, and then he just jumps over it and just lands on top of the beetle, and just like that, he wins the first trial. The second trial is the weirder one, but I like how each one kind of well, this one ties more into what the town, being a mayor, because it's these 3 baby birds and they're crying, and so the trial is tame them, like figure, like get him to stop crying. Basically, it's like a good mayor would know what is right for its town. So Toadstool, being the freaking idiot he is, he's like, oh, money. Like, he whips out a bag and he starts throwing copper coins at him, and obviously the birds don't budge. And he even start attacking Toadstool. But then Hop Pop, and pretty much what I was expecting, like, oh, they're just hungry, right? And yeah, that's exactly what they were. They were hungry. He just grabs some worms, he eats them up, and then he opens his mouth so the birds can take out that crap, like, yeah. So he wins the second trial, and again, I was like a little surprised. I'm like, oh wow, he's actually winning these. This is gonna get interesting. The third trial is pretty much what they say. They just plop them in the middle of the woods, and there's like work your way back. And another good callback is Hop Pop emerges from the woods, and he's got Jeremy the Beetle on his arm and like shoulder, and it's like, that's another good one, because that's from the Hop Pop and Sprig episode, which was, Hop Pop met this beetle named Jeremy and learned tranquility, or enlightenment from it. And it's like I like on this episode, it actually helps him win this third trial, and I love it. And yeah, it's like he's 3-0 with this trial, and so the mayor pretty much is freaking out. He's like, okay, we're gonna have to do stuff illegal. And so illegal, I was like, is he gonna get dirt on this guy? Like, could you possibly get dirt on Hop Pop? But then it's the classic, okay, well, I want you to throw the election so that way I can win, so that way I can give you all this stuff. And this is a little bit interesting because the mayor offers Hop Pop his stand back. And to be fair, yeah, that is an interesting decision. That is an interesting offer, because, without the stand, Hop Pop and his family are kind of out of it. And if Hop Pop loses but doesn't take the deal, obvious. But I like how he doesn't keep it from the family. He actually tells them the truth. Like, says Mayor Toadstool just offered me the stand back if I throw the election. And so the family, I like how the family at first is freaking out. Like, what? You can't do that? What? But then they're like, you know what? We're with you. Whatever you choose. And then Hop Pop's like, thanks. I'm gonna have to think about this. And I like how I like that. I like how it does that, because again, I've seen so many episodes where it's like this thing is revealed, and the person could easily tell the others, but they don't for some odd reason, because they're like, oh, I wanted to protect you from the truth. And it's like, come on, if you told them the truth, then maybe you would have made it easier. So I like how he actually just straight up tell him the truth, because again, he could have easily have said, oh, hey, Bob, what was that about? Oh, nothing. Toadstool was like just trying to scare me, or something like that. He could have easily done that, but no, he actually tells them the truth. And yeah, and what is up with these trials? Honestly, though, this last trial especially, I wonder how it would go because it's a boxing match this last trial, and I'm just like, if Trump and Biden were put into a ring and the winner of the fight would be the president, how would that go? And again, this is a pretty interesting fight. This is a clip. I mean, for the most part, it's a pretty intense fight because Hop Pop does get his good licks in, and he even like, and but Toadstool, at first is like, oh, you're just putting on a show, and then he then delivers a seemingly knockout blow on Hop Pop, and pretty much that's when Hop Pop has to decide whether to get back up or not, and he does get back up, and Toadstool is like, what? Why? And then I love Hop Pop's reaction, like, because it's more than about me! And then he delivers a knockout left uppercut, and I swear, I heard this sound effect correctly. It's the same like the screeching like final blow you would hear in Smash. I swear I heard that when he delivered the knockout punch. And I was just waiting, literally, because the Toadstool goes down, and I was just waiting for Nintendo's game to show up. And it would have been. I mean, I don't know if that was just a little like Easter egg for a gamer to find there, or if it was just me thinking, okay, am I really diving too deep into this? But either way, Hop Pop wins the fight and seemingly becomes the mayor, but then they tally up the votes, and we find out that this is clever, but also stupid. In my opinion, this is stupid, and that's this. So, Hop Pop wins the election in Wartwood, but he doesn't win the election for all the other valleys. And I'm like, hold on. Is this for the mayor of Wartwood, or is this for the mayor of the freaking of Amphibia? Because they show the map, and it's like, it literally is the map from the opening, and I'm like, is that all of Amphibia? Is that what Hop Pop would have been the mayor of? And it's like Wartwood's in dead center in the middle. I'm like, okay, is that War? So, and it's, I don't know, maybe seriously, why was that? Because Hop Pop wins Wartwood, but the mayor won every other county because he actually went to those counties, and I love the Hop Pop's reaction. He's like, I didn't know I had to vote. I had to reach out to all the other lands. And yeah, so electoral college, yeah. So Toadstool wins, and he even makes it. He even this little drop in here because again, yeah, Toadstool is a toad and everyone's a frog, and he drops this line. He's like, hey, you didn't have a chance anyway, because I mean, come on, a frog beating a toad in this would have been very interesting. And it's like, this is getting interesting. This show's getting interesting. I'm interested to see where we go with it. So, I really this is a nice somber moment for the show, though, is the town, even though Hop Pop lost, the town comes together and they actually pitch in money to get Hop Pop's stand back. And that was a really touching moment. I was like, wow, that's something it's something you don't see a lot in shows like this. We've seen episodes in shows where the person really kind-hearted gives a lot, and in return and then they get something in return. But this was an interesting one. I actually, when they showed the stand, I'm like, wow. It's one of those weird moments where it's like, wow, that's so crazy. That's so thoughtful. It's so kind. And it's like, it really does show the growth of the town, I guess. Because at the beginning of the show, it's like, oh well, there's people, they're kind of they're like, oh, we're crazy, maybe, I don't know, conspiracies on and stuff, and and again, it's like they know Hop Pop for a long time, and so I guess for this episode, it's them realizing that he's more than just a planter who's a farmer. He's actually someone who cares about his town. He cares about the people. And so in return, they really appreciate that, and for that, they give him his stand back. And again, it's one of those touching moments, and I like that. I thought that was pretty cute. I'm not cute. I thought that was great. I thought it was a great moment for the show. I mean, I imagine down the line, this is gonna be one of those moments where you kind of forget that happened, but it does show that this town really is more than just that. It's kind of like, well, and you have a good town when it's stuff like this that goes down. Like Gravity Falls, for example, like there wasn't a moment where they gave Stan anything or Mabel and Dipper anything that until the finale. Like the series finale is when the town comes together and they celebrate Dipper and Mabel's birthday and all that stuff, and that was a really cool moment. But that was only told the series finale. I like how this is episode 12B of the first season. I just like that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this was popular. Yeah, this was a fun one. All right. I really don't know how else to end this, so end it.